And we're live on YouTube. Oh,
Let's get
wow.
in order.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Still got 5 minutes.
Yep. For those who've just came in, we will be starting in a few minutes. So just sit back.
And enjoy the show. You got any activities planned, Damien?
Any activities?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Have to wait and see.
Nice. We're on YouTube now, guys.
Excellent.
And James, I'll send you the YouTube link right now.
Thank you.
Nice. We're getting a lot of attendees. Hi, everyone.
I'll bring up the slide. You might need to enable.
Oh, Jeff
your
is in.
share.
Hi, Jeff. I'll enable you, make you a host right now.
Yep.
Yep, they mean your host. So if you want to pull the video and the slides up as well.
Yep. Okay. How's that?
Nice. Looking really good.
Huge. Nice. Look at Jeff's photo.
What is that?
Jeff's photo. Right. If you want to start at 4, James, that's, in a minute.
Yeah, no
5,
worries.
your time. Yeah. Well, we're getting a lot of attendees. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited about this.
I think we might just give it an extra minute just to let the rates get in.
Give everyone an opportunity.
Yeah. And then we'll go. All right, one more minute. Jeff, can you hear us there? Is your mic working?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Cool. Cool. All right, should we get underway?
Sure.
Sweet. All right, so welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for today's masterclass. We're really happy to see everyone here. I'm James from the Binance Australia team. We're all scattered around Australia, and I myself am based in Tassie. But aside from that, I'm going to be your host for today. So before we start, Jeff, would you like to say a few words to introduce Binance Australia?
Hey guys, so welcome. Thanks for taking the time to join this masterclass, and thanks James, Damien for hosting. So yeah, if you guys don't know that we are based in Australia, so Binance Australia's team is all spread across all major states. Most of us are in Brizzy. We have a couple of folks scattered around Sydney and also in Tassie as well. So if you're in that region, happen to be in those meetups, feel free to say hi. So Binance Australia is a registered Australian digital currency exchange with AUSTRAC. So we're essentially no different than any other Australian exchanges that you guys are familiar with. So I think that's a very the point that we want to sort of let all of you guys know. We're here committed to sort of grow the Australian market with you guys, and thank you for your support because over the past few weeks, so Binance Australia is already the #1 Australian exchange by AUD trading volume. So that's really big thanks and support from you guys. Also, way to reach us and reach me is via Telegram. So if you guys have any issues, anything you want to ask me, feel free to drop in. Just look into the admin list, and you will find me or find James or Damien or anyone on the team here. I will be very glad to help you out. So thanks for joining. I'll pass it back to James.
Cheers, cool. Thank you, Jeff. So just before we get started in the presentation, we'll just go through a few housekeeping rules. So we have a few Binance Angels in the chat with us tonight, so keep an eye out for Annie and Pay on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments throughout the evening, please feel free to drop them in the live chat. Our Binance Angels will try to answer as many questions as they can throughout the session. Damien and Jeff will be answering some of the others in the Q&A session towards the end of the event. If we didn't have a chance to answer your questions throughout the class, feel free to bring it up during the Q&A. So finally, don't forget to stick around for our announcement of the giveaway winners of the Binance swag. And yeah, alrighty. So yeah, joining us tonight, we have Damien, our guest speaker for this masterclass.
Hi guys.
All right, cool. For those of you who do not know Damien has been involved in crypto since 2017 and has over 10 years of experience in the traditional markets, trading in traditional markets. He's an experienced trader, entrepreneur, crypto investor, and a long-time Binance Angel within Australia. So yeah, thank you for joining us tonight, Damien.
Thanks, James. Hey, everyone. As James said, my name's Damien. Welcome to tonight's masterclass on staking. To start with, we need to go through a disclaimer. I'd like to advise everyone the information I'm going to share is for educational purpose only. I'm not an employee of Binance. I'm a volunteer Binance Angel. I advise you that you need to do your own research on the topics and products we're discussing and make a decision based on your own personal circumstances. Any reference to a particular cryptocurrency, for example, purposes only, doesn't mean I necessarily hold, stake, or trade or endorse that cryptocurrency. Also, it would be good to note that all staking services are on the Binance platform, are offered by Binance, not Binance Australia. Binance Australia does not offer or endorse any particular staking services. All right, let's start. So to start with, the question is, what is staking? The staking is the act of locking your cryptocurrencies to receive rewards. You receive rewards because it does a number of different things in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. and I'll go through those in a little bit more detail. And today is not about how things work. I guess it's about what staking is and what the rewards are for. So it'll only be a really small introduction to what they actually do. And there'll be more detail in regards to, you can research some more with some links that we dropped from Binance Academy to go into more detail about the types of staking. So I'm going to go over 5 types of staking that are available. There's some more ways to do it, and Binance isn't the only location that you can do it. Given this is an introductory session, it'll be an overview of the 5 types. So there's other types that we could be covered in a future session. So firstly, we have proof of stake. Now, this is probably the original way to stake in cryptocurrency in terms of it is the act of holding your funds in a cryptocurrency wallet to support the security and operations of a blockchain. I guess the most comparable thing for this one is mining. If you think Bitcoin, a proof of work, where you have mining equipment, some software, and you mine, you get rewarded for solving puzzles, mathematical equations to get a reward. Proof of stake is just holding the cryptocurrency will return a reward for doing a similar thing on the blockchain. Savings is basically offering your crypto to be loaned to other users that might use leverage trading or other types of loans for crypto. As a result of making these available, you receive a share of the interest that they pay. A liquidity pool, here you're offering your crypto into a crypto pair, and it's pooled together for people who wish to trade their assets that way. Again, more details on liquidity pools can be found at Binance Academy and more information of how that works. However, basically what you're doing is you're receiving some interest for holding that and a share of the fees for people that are trading in that fashion. Launchpad, by staking this way, you're allowing the release of new cryptocurrency. You're rewarded in the new cryptocurrency, and you can accumulate that new coin. That's also known as some call it yield farming or other names. And lastly, the BNB Vault. So this is a hybrid of a savings and a launchpad product, where you can farm the release of new cryptocurrencies and also be rewarded BNB in terms of staking for interest in the flexible savings product. So it's sort of a hybrid between the 2 products, where you receive a new coin if there is any farming available, and BNB. Just a term from as a definition from Investopedia is annual percentage yield. That's the expected projected percentage returns from staking in terms of the new coins or the coin that you're going to receive for staking. It's the rate of return from as earned on a savings deposit or investment into an account, taking into effect the compounding interest. So let's look at some scenarios. Let's say Philip has some Cardano ADA that he wants to hold on to, and he doesn't really intend to trade. So Philip has some options available that obviously take into consideration his own personal needs and in his own personal situation. So option A is he can hold the ADA in his spot wallet. It's available to him very quickly. He's able to trade or move his ADA where he wants to with little effort. This is helpful if there's a sudden price movement or he decides to stop a loss or cash out any gains that he's had on that market. The disadvantage, I guess, of holding it that way is that he doesn't receive any rewards. So he has option B. He can earn some interest in a flexible savings product while he's holding it staked to the savings product. With being flexible, he can unstake it fairly simply with a few clicks and move his ADA back to his spot wallet. The rewards can be automatically rolled back into savings, so you're actually compounding the rewards that you're getting. Lastly, he can choose a fixed term staking product. So this locks it away for a set period of time, and some of the products are 30, 60 or 90 days, or there's other ones depending on whether there's something that's a short term one for a couple of weeks sometimes that become available. However, he'll have committed his asset to a fixed period of time, and he may be exposed to price movements, as it may take some time for to unlock and return to his spot wallet. By then, the opportunity might have been lost to move that at whatever price he wants. So currently in a staked product, ADA is about 5% APY on a 30-day staking period. If it increases in value, if in the time that he staked it by 5% or less, he's made a gain. If it decreases in value by more than 5%, he's actually made a loss. So it actually would have been a disadvantage to lock his assets into that product. So while a lot of people look at, I guess, staking products being a reward without having to trade, there is certain risks involved. So it's not a totally risk-free proposition. If I open up to the chat, has anybody got any ideas of some reasons that Philip would choose any of the A, B, or C in terms of the staking option? Okay, I'm just having some trouble bringing up the chat there. James, can you see any of the chats?
I've got an answer here that says if he expects upward price movement, the first line says up in value or drop because it does not make sense to have the crypto parked in the wallet without any returns. I'm just having a look at YouTube as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead with.
Yeah,
with
cool.
It, yeah.
All good. Too easy. Okay, so next we have Stacey. She's some AUD in her spot wallet, assuming she's not ready to trade. She's sitting out, and she's sitting out while she decides what she wants to do. So again, she's got some choices of what she wants to do, whether she sits this in here. So she can either leave it in her spot wallet and earn no rewards, or she can transfer it into a liquid swap and earn rewards. Now, there's some more risks involved in this one for Stacey than there is with the previous example, because you're dealing with your assets split into two different assets, which is a moving pair, which means that there's the possibility that price movement you're more exposed. There's fees because you're actually effectively making a trade from your AED to something in the liquid swap with, at the moment, the pair with AUD is BUSD. Again, we can discuss that one. I'll skip the discussion for this one and then move on to the next one. So why stake at all? So there's some advantages, as I said, and there's also some risks involved. The advantage of staking is it's a passive income. You don't have to do anything in order to achieve rewards. It's in some circumstances predictable because the APY is going to be at the beginning and it's fixed. You can increase your holdings in a certain asset, and it's easy to do relatively, and you don't need to learn about trading or analysis of markets and things like that in order to do. Even a few clicks, you can actually do it. Probably more important than the advantages are the risks. The returns may be lower than price movement. We know the crypto market is volatile. You may be exposed to price movements if you've committed to a locked product, and it may have a lower return than having sat out or participated trading in the market. The rewards aren't always paid in the crypto asset that's staked. So that's for Launchpad, or sometimes some other assets have another token that you're paid in. Those assets might not have any market value. So you've been paid a return and you've got a figure of that coin, but the market decides that doesn't have value to them. So you've actually not managed to receive any true value in those rewards. And rewards can fluctuate in some circumstances. So it's not a fixed rate of return. It might be a flexible interest rate in a flexible product, or it might be that depending on the number of validators or in the proof of stake or things like that in market and network conditions of how much you're going to receive as a return. Again, back to the beginning, do some research, find out whether it's for you and what your personal circumstances are. Binance Earn is the feature within Binance where you can find most of the staking products. And I've got a video at the end to show you where that will fit in and how to make a trade and then commit to some staking products. Okay, so how to stake on Binance. First of all, if you don't already have assets in there, you're going to need to deposit some AUD. The easiest way to do that on Binance is to deposit via OSCO or PayID. So if you land on the AUD landing page when you log on to Binance, it actually has it very prominently where you do that, where you can click on to deposit AUD. Choose the amount that you'd like to deposit and the payment details, or actually, sorry, the method being PayID, then the amount. It's going to show you your unique PayID for you to go to your banking app to place that in to do the transfer. Once you make the payment, unless it's your first payment, the payment is most of the time instant, and it'll show in your spot wallet straight away as AUD. So on the app, similar process. If you've got AUD as your payment currency, it's going to be on the home page prominently here. And this doesn't look dissimilar to the web. It's the web optimized version of that. Same thing, amount, then you put in the unique PayID. It'll give you a unique PayID, copy that, go over to your bank app, pay via email address, and then it's pay someone, pay via your email address. And again, it'll appear instantly in your spot wallet on most occasions. So this is using the CommBank app by the looks of things. And we're going through the steps of putting the email address in next, enter description or amount description. And again, the amount will be available in your spot wallet when you're ready to do that, to make a trade. Okay, so here we've got a video on how to stake on Binance. So let's say I've deposited an amount of AUD into an account. It's going to come onto the landing page. It's going to give us some options of some common trading pairs. So we need to turn our AUD into an asset that can be staked. So you'll see here the trading pairs. For this purpose of this one, I'm going to do a common question I receive, or we all receive, is where are the USDT and BUSD trading pairs? It's important to note that AUD is the base asset, so it'll be AUD/USDT, for instance. So we can find it. An example of how to find it, and this is on web, obviously, is going to do a search for that trading pair. So classic view. And in the search function here, we're going to type AUD. I've favorited the AUD pair, so you can see a star next to that. It might be handy for you to do that. For the purpose of the example, I will do a market trade because we want that to execute quickly for the example. And we're going to sell our AUD for USDT. I typed the figure in this time, and it's executed. Now, I've chosen to ARPA as the other coin to stake, simply because I know it has a low minimum value to stake. This time when I do that, I'm going to choose the bar to do 50% and then buy some ARPA, again a market trade to make that quick for the example we're doing here. Go to finance, and then we've got the earn portal. So I'll pause here. You've got some options here for flexible terms, fixed terms, or high risk products. And some of the most popular ones are found here. And then we'll scroll down and we can see you've got flexible savings, large pool, BNB Vault, fixed savings, staking, and then your higher risk products down the bottom. You can choose staking. I want to view more because I want ARPA in particular. And I'll search to make it easy because there's a number of different assets. So there's a lot of information on this page. It's got the stake date, the value date, the interest period is how many days it's been done for, the redemption date, so we know when that's going to be cleared. Obviously, terms and conditions, important to read those. Even if you've staked before, have a look to make sure you know understand what you are committing to, and tick the box. Once we've read the terms, purchase, and that's subscribed. So now go back to, I now have some USDT that I might put onto a flexible earning product. Back to the earn portal. It's one of the popular ones, so I don't need to search or anything. I can just click transfer from here. So I'll put all of it in. Same thing, read terms and conditions, confirm, and you're now subscribed. So now I have a locked product being ARPA for 30 days and a flexible product. So I have some currency that I can move when I want to make a move on the market, or cash out, or stake somewhere else if that's what I want to do. So that's basically staking for us. Hand over to, is it you next, James?
Yeah, no worries. Cool. So thanks heaps for that tonight, Damien. That was a great session, and I'm sure our viewers will walk away with a much better understanding of staking, at the very least a base platform to sort of go down the rabbit hole with it. Yeah, so thanks to everyone for joining us this evening. We'll move on to the discussion segment of tonight. So first off, we've got some questions here that we've been passed on. So Jeff, if you want to jump in, or Damien at all. So the first question we've got here is, what are the differences between locked staking and DeFi staking? What are the important things to know about liquid swapping and yield farming? Is there times it's better to do one over the other? Do you want me to say that one again, or have you got that?
I think in a nutshell, the first part is the advantages and disadvantages, and when should I pick one over the others. Probably pretty easy to answer. I guess each person's circumstances are going to be different. it's up to you on what your needs are. If you're going for a longer hold, a locked product might suit you. If you are sensitive to prices on the trading market, you might want to choose a flexible product. Again, it's up to each individual what they want to do. DeFi staking versus, what was the other part of that first part of the question?
Locked staking.
Locked staking. I guess this DeFi staking and locked staking could be different in regards to the things that they do on the blockchain. So a locked staking product might be point of proof of stake, whereas DeFi staking might be similar to a savings product but locked for people to do for loaning and things, so you get receive a reward as a part of that, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And yield farming is the launch pad where you're going to get a different asset for locking your cryptocurrency to earn another coin or token.
Easy. So here's a simple one. How many coins do you need to have to stake?
That's different depending on which asset it is. I think it's worthwhile having a look at the Binance Earn page and have a look at what's in fixed term, what's in the flexible terms. Some can be as little as 10. Some could be in the thousands, and it all depends on what their equivalent value is against BTC or USDT. So the answer is it could be any number, but have a look at the coins that you're interested in, and then it'll give you an idea of what you need.
Easy. So third one here. This is a bit of a speculative one, I guess. What do you see for the future of staking?
The future of staking. It's a good question. Anyone else want that one? No. So I think it's obviously in recent times, DeFi has been a term that didn't exist 12 months ago. So there's obviously the crypto area is expanding into new and different things. So I guess
early days.
See early days. I think you'll see lots of other products come out, or different options and availability of things. I guess it's the tip of the iceberg, really.
Cool. Just moving forward. If you redeem your interest before the fixed staking period ends, does that cancel your remaining period of staking?
I think that's it. That's in the terms and conditions when you open that up. There's, off the top of my head, I don't know the 100% answer. I do know that you do forfeit some at times. It's best to read through the terms. Click on and as if you were going to do a stake, and then read through the terms. It'll tell you what exactly will happen with your assets.
Cool. All right, I'll have a look at the Telegram here because we've got some here as well. Maybe Jeff, you want to pop in on this one? I think we've touched on this before, but what happens if a user, this is sort of a more general one away from staking. What happens if a user/investor dies? Is it possible to set a nominee?
So it's a inheritance question. So this is why I think it's very okay. So the thing is that we need to be able to identify that the next of kin is really the next of kin. So the only way for us to do so, right, is that if you have your KYC, set up as detailed as possible, because the more detail we can match up, it allows us to, definitively know that it's the person. Because this is something that we've seen, right? It's like, if we don't have enough information on hand, and anyone can come to us and lay claim to an account, and and then for security reasons, if it doesn't satisfy the level of clearance from the compliance team or the security team to go like, this is the correct account, there is really nothing we can sort of do other than ask for more information to hopefully fit those gaps. So really, you want to make sure your account is KYC. That's really it. And of course, you need to let your next of kin know that you have a Binance account. Otherwise, if you become unavailable, they would have literally no idea that you even have money on Binance. So that's kind of the 2 points you want to make.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I know we touch on that one now and then. It's quite regularly asked. So back to staking. I think I've got one here. Is there a way to know in advance what the rewards will be paid on or out? Like what would I think there was an estimated AP, there was on that slide that you had before.
Yeah, so on the Earn portal, it'll actually tell you the average APY for the last 7 days. Obviously that's going to be projected or based on the most recent information available at the time. So you can do a calculation on what that is for a year and then divide that by, I guess, how many days you're staking for, setting up whatever way you do in terms of tracking for a return that way.
Cool. Here's another one. Is farming similar to staking? If so, when do you have to harvest? During the period of farming or whenever after farming has closed?
Yeah, so I know on the app with this one, if you're doing your on Launchpad, for instance, it'll actually tell you, it has a little hover over thing on the side that says how much is being farmed. It's your choice when you want to harvest. If you decide the time is right, you can press harvest now on there, or wait until the end. If you wait right till the end of the harvest period, your staked coins plus your the coins that you've received will be moved to your spot wallet automatically at the end of that period.
Cool. Excellent. Just trying to pinch some more. Sorry, 1 second. Where else can I read more about staking on Binance? So probably best place to go would be Binance Academy. They would have.
Yes, and I had some links. Where are they? I'll have a look. I'll post them in the chat here and I'll post them in the Telegram as well, some handy links.
Yep. There's some great information on Binance Academy around staking and all of this sort of stuff, and everything else. Can you please explain the riskiness of Launchpad / yield farming? Also, what exactly, well, let's just do that one first. So can you explain the riskiness of Launchpad yield farming? What would you say?
You're being paid in an unknown asset, I guess, that you don't know whether that has any value. So are you sacrificing opportunity cost would be the term. Are you putting your crypto in that to receive that reward where there is other options where you may receive a different reward for that? The other thing, I guess, is it is quick to unstake. However, the crypto market is volatile, and if a few clicks means a massive price movement, you may have missed that opportunity from there.
No worries. Sorry. Oh God, can you see the chat yet at all?
I can see the chat now. Now I've unshared. I can see that I've just put the two Binance Academy links in there.
Is there anything you'd like to grab out of there?
Let me have a look. Please clarify. I thought yield farm is a process of hunting out best yields across. That, yeah, in terms of I think the one from the yield farming one, I guess there's yield farming was finding the best yield across a number of platforms. That is true, I guess, some off-platform Binance staking in terms of yield farming, or on Binance's Launchpad in terms of new crypto releases. So yes, that answer is correct. However, in terms of the application I've discussed today, it's only farming new coins.
Good one came through on the Telegram. Are the staking rewards compounded or just calculated on the original amount staked?
In terms of the APY page where it's saying that, that's based on the original amount staked from there, and then it doesn't take into consideration compound, because you have the choice of whether you want to re-roll your asset back into savings or leave it in your spot wallet. So that's a calculation that it wouldn't be able to include.
Jeff, would you like to, maybe say a thing or two, your thoughts on anything to do with staking or your perspective?
Yeah, I think that's a good session. So I would say that I would like to sort of go through the Q&As, like, do anyone have any other questions for me or for the team? I see a couple of the text related stuff in staking. I pasted a sort of a transcript from the crypto text article for in Australia 2021 complete guide that we have. The link is also on the Zoom chat, so that if Binance Angels, if you want to circulate that to YouTube and Telegram, feel free to. So that because like a text is a very long topic when it comes to staking, but good thing in Australia that we have pretty clear rules, and ATO does have very specific guidelines on how airdrops or staking are treated. So yeah, in short, capital gains applies. For the details, just look at the guide, but also consult a expert if you're unsure, because everything here is not financial advice, it's not tax advice. We're just here to sort of put you guys in the right direction so that it makes your journey a bit smoother.
Oh, great. I can see, will there be a link to this whole masterclass so we can re-watch it? Yes, just check out the Binance YouTube, and we'll be posting the link in here. It should be up somewhere, but we'll post it in there again. So the whole thing will be there. If you want to get in touch with other questions for James or Jeff, where is best to contact you? Yeah, so just jump into our Telegram. We're there, nearly 24/7. Someone's always awake. And Damien's in there. We've got a whole team of Angels. The whole team's in there. The whole Australian side's in there. So we all sort of collectively come together, and if one doesn't know, the other knows. And Jeff's a powerhouse of information. So just jump in. We'll be happy to help with whatever, answer anything. Just trying to have a scroll through here.
Yeah, I can see a question about when will there be a flexible savings option for AUD from Robert on Zoom. There's an option for a liquid swap pool for AED BUSD on the liquid swap page. So essentially, liquid swap is a bit different from staking, but it kind of works the same way if you're just there to sort of earn interest on your assets. So liquid swap is essentially a AMM system, like automated market making, similar to Uniswap and all this cool stuff out there. So check that out on the liquid swap page. Maybe you guys can drop a link here as well. And just select and go to the liquid swap page, just select AED. I think there's AED BUSD where you can the interest depends, so you gotta look up the page to see what's the latest one.
Great. Chris.
Yeah, so currently it's about 4.46% on AED on the AED BUSD liquid swap.
Thanks, Jeff. Is there anything you see there, Damien?
I did see in the Q&A. No, I didn't actually. Sorry. No, it was already answered. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, ask anything in general, guys. We've got a little bit more time left here, so it doesn't have to be strictly staking or BNB vaults and all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I see one here from Brett on the Q&A. What's the difference between the yield on BNB Vault compared to staking in individual launch pool products? It's exactly the same, I guess, for the BNB one. The difference, I guess, would be is if there's more than one farming pool, it may give you one or the other asset or a combination of the two. So it picks, the system will pick one based on a calculation. So if you really want one asset out of it that's being farmed, put it straight into potentially into the Launchpad product rather than BNB Vault. I guess would be the way to go with that, rather than just putting it in there and letting the system choose it for you.
So
yeah, I
let's
see a question from Robin. So no question is too new to ask, don't worry. So here, Rob asked, if I want to stake DOT on Binance, I just need to buy 10 DOT and start staking. So the minimum, it goes back to the minimum question. So the minimum depends on each coin. So let me look it up right now for you. So dot. Anyway, does anyone has the number at the moment? But it's the fact is that you don't have to have that much to begin, as far as I know. So definitely check that out. If you're unsure, go to the staking page, go to the respective coins. Like Damien said, just try to sort of go through the process as if you want to stake, and then it will tell you your minimum on that particular day.
Which part of the Binance website can we get the latest information and crypto news? So I would suggest to just follow our Twitter and jump in our Telegram. If you're on the Binance Australia website and you scroll right down the bottom, you'll see some links, and one will have the blog. And on there, we are, regularly putting out articles. We have some on taxes, SMSFs, some help guides and stuff like this. So it's a good resource there. For information and education, I constantly am shilling Binance Academy because it has everything there for, everyone from an absolute noob to, expert traders and holders and stuff like this. So yeah, in regards to that question, I think that sorts that out.
Yeah, and to answer the question with Dot, it is the minimum at the moment on the 30-day stake is 10. So that's correct.
I just want to clean up that question as well. Just it says I just need to buy 10 DOT to start staking on Binance. Just make sure you're not just like holding it in your spot wallet. Like you do need to go through the process of locking it up or actually staking it. So yeah, don't get confused with just leaving it in the spot wallet thinking that you're making some sort of like gains apart from the actual trading price of the coin. What else have we got here? What are your goods and bads of staking from your experience?
My experience. I think it is the same as the slide is if you've locked it, being at the mercy of a market movement and not being able to move your asset quickly. There's also some of the higher risk products which I can go through that have an element of market movement in the yield as well. And the good, you're receiving an asset for just sitting passively with you without actually having to do anything. And I guess you speak with traders that watch the market a lot. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. You put it in and let it do what it needs to do, rather than actually having to look at trade analysis and things like that. So can be less time intensive if the market is not moving as much. If the market's moving, it might be just as time intensive as trading. If you're looking to move it, if you are price sensitive, if you're not price sensitive, it's leave it where it is, and that's a bonus.
Yeah, I think there is some benefit there for me personally, just locking stuff up. I mean, especially like in this kind of market, but as we've seen, markets pull back and things get stuck and you can't, get rid of them. So it is something you sort of have to plan out for the future, holding and staking and whether you drop these things off. And my experiences have been pretty cool. Like I find it, I like it, get a little bit of a stash, right? And you've got some extra cryptos there that you didn't have previously. How far back can you look up my trading history, Jeff?
Yeah, so you can look that you can look all the way back to when you first started, but just keep in mind that for exporting, it only exports up to a chunk of 1 year. So you have to select the date. So let's say June 30th to June 30th, next year, last year to this year, you can do so. You just need to change the date. But if let's say you have more than 1 year of data that you want to export, just export it 1 year and then come back again and do the other one for the previous year. So that's currently the way it's structured. So we're also working on some sort of tax calculation tool to simplify that process. So instead of exporting and then going to accountant and get the sort of CGT report, you can actually generate the report directly in your Binance account. So that's something that we're working on. We don't have any exact ETA yet, but just that it will be before EOFY. So don't worry about that too much. It will come. Yeah. So back to the point of staking and in general is that a lot of staking are based in coins. So you really got to have the coin to begin with. So I would say that, look into the AED deposits, because that's currently the easiest way to get from money in the bank account to crypto that you can stake on Binance. That's really the fastest way you can do it. Previously, you probably would, maybe buy it from a broker or some other exchanges and send it over. Then you got to worry about the exchange fees, the transfer fees, and also the time that you would take, and obviously, more accounts to worry about and all this kind of stuff. So since we have all this AED deposits and all the AED trading and all this kind of stuff, and we have one of the best liquidity for AED USDT, right? If you actually look at all this data that's out there, if you compare it, our AED to USDT market is unparalleled, right? No other exchange even comes close in terms of liquidity. So you don't have to worry about, am I losing too much by trading AED to USDT or USDT to other coins? The answer is no. It's one of the best places to do so. So definitely consider that. That would save you guys heaps in fees in the long term, and also time, and also the ease of reporting, because you have less trades, less different exchanges, those kind of stuff like that. And to the point of people are always asking, is there an option for me to directly buy the crypto with AED? Yeah, there will be. So for example, we added Polkadot, Cardano, and Cake with purchase directly with AED yesterday. I think it started this morning. We made an announcement yesterday. So that essentially allows you to buy directly with AED, like how you would usually use from all the older exchanges that you guys are used to. So we're definitely expanding in those ranges and slowly adding more crypto they can buy directly. So keep in mind, it's not an order book. Essentially, what we're doing is that we are matching the liquidity directly for you and basically doing all the heavy lifting so that you only know the conversion between AED and the ultimate coin. But essentially what happens behind the scenes is that we would find the cheapest route. So for example, you AED to BTC or AED to USDT, and then the corresponding pair, let's say ADA to USDT or ADA to BUSD or BTC, whichever that is cheaper route, we'll just quote it for you, and then we'll just execute a two-way trade for you. And what you see essentially is a one trade, right? One purchase. So it's really simple, really easy. And also, if you want to have control about the liquidity, you want to have control about setting the price and all this kind of stuff. So that's for advanced users. You can always go back to trade, between the pairs if you want to and adjust everything to the control. So that's the advantage of Binance, is that it's a platform for everyone. So you don't have to sort of grow out of the exchanges and sort of hop through multiple exchanges to the one that you're comfortable with, which I used to do, right? I have 5 exchange accounts, and I use it at different points of my time based on different understanding and knowledge on trading and all this kind of stuff. But with Binance, you can do it all at once. So that's kind of the thing that it's going to continue to get better. So 3 months ago, there was no Light app. 6 months ago, there was, maybe 7 months ago, there was no AED deposit. So we're constantly improving the product, making it simpler. And one of the ways that we are able to do so is from your feedback. So whether good feedback, bad feedback, we are always open to criticism, constructive. We will collect all this, constructive criticisms and feedback, and we will actually access it personally. I actually look at every single one of them if you submit it through either Facebook, Reddit, Telegram, Twitter, etc. And I would make the case of looking into it. I spent a lot of time siphoning through all this kind of information and feedback, and we really do grow from that. So I really appreciate those that gave all the good suggestions and feedback, and I would urge you guys to continue to do so, because we want to make Binance the #1 exchange for years and years to come in Australia. So yeah, keep it up, and thanks for the support.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, can you lads see my screen there?
Yep, got it.
No worries. So I was just going to show you what like Jeff was just talking about real quick. So if you head over to the Binance Australia homepage and you just hover over, which one was it? Buy crypto, and then down to cash balance here. So buy crypto with your AUD balance. I don't have enough at this point to make a trade, but I'll just show you quickly. So you end up on the buy crypto page. Super easy way to buy. You've got AUD there. You just type in your AUD that you want to bring across, and then you can choose your coin in here. And so that's where you'll find a bunch of coins in there that you can pay for, buy. You've got sell crypto in here. So again, sell your coins into AUD. On the other page, you've got your cash balance. So you just click on that one and go through the prompts to use Pay ID. Super easy way. Yeah, so I just thought I'd quickly show you guys that one.
James, I learned something on that one. I don't use web as often as I use apps, so that's a feature that would be quicker for me. So thank you.
I'm still learning it, but there's there's quite a lot when you go through there. It's just pays to have a click around, as long as you're not confirming any random purchases, you should be fine. Just have a bit of a click. And as I said previously, right down the bottom of the page, you'll see our FAQ. It's got all the information there. I saw a good one in the chat before. It was, I've lost it now because I've moved my browser around. But Jeff, any AUD features, anything for Binance Australia coming out in the pipeline in the future?
Well, we always have a lot of things lining up. So, for example, the tax reporting calculation thing, that's something that we're working on for
That's
you
cool.
guys. Also, the simple buy, this beginner-friendly way of buying crypto, something that we're also going to make it even more better, even more simpler, even more coins, this kind of stuff. So, if you guys have any suggestion, feel free to sort of raise it up. Like, we are open to literally everything. We read every single comment. We read every single feedback. So if you have anything, just hit it our way. You know where to find us. Telegram, pretty responsive. All the Australian team are over there, and it's pretty responsive. Like James says, 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Crypto doesn't sleep. So Damien, this is a question from me, right? So you've been an angel for how many years now?
What are we getting on? Three and a bit years.
Yeah. What's your experience as an angel for that amount of time? If you just briefly like to touch on that.
Where do we start? I guess you get exposed to a lot of different things. I guess went to Brisbane and met the Binance team. Did a presentation there. Doing some stuff that I'm not used to doing, like moderating chats or socials, and meeting a lot of people. I think is interesting. You get a lot of people that come and message you, and they sort of stay and have a bit of a chit chat as well. And learning about, as I said just a moment ago, you just showed me something I hadn't seen before. So it's not the same ever. And new features come out, and there's something to learn. It's never the same. So it's just constantly learning, being interesting. And yeah, I guess it's rewarding to be able to help someone and point someone in the right direction if they've got a question on a social or something like that. They solve a problem that I know the answer to, I guess.
No, cool. Sorry, I just wanted to get a little bit personal there.
There we go.
Yeah, no, it's been a good little Aussie community, little Aussie crypto community, and met like myself, made some good friends so far. I think you're one of them. But yeah, you're just constantly learning, right? And so, as I said, we're in the Telegram operating in there. So all the angels and myself and everyone's in there. So yeah, come be a part of that. So look, thank you so much tonight, Damien, for that session. It was great. And I'm sure our viewers, as I said before, will walk away with a better understanding of staking on Binance. So thank you to everyone for joining us this evening. Let's go to announcement of winners. Okay, I'm just having a look here. So these are the 3 winners for tonight that will be receiving the exclusive Binance swag. They've given me some some funny usernames to pronounce. I'm sorry. So congratulations to It's Bodad. I believe these are Twitter handles, I would assume. Hawajaja, so HWAJAJA, and Fru. So It's Bodad, Hawajaja, and Fru. So please contact Hannah on the Binance Australia Telegram group to claim your prize. We'll pop the link to the Telegram group into the chat now on both Zoom and YouTube. So yeah, look again, thank you all for joining us. We've reached the end of the masterclass. Thanks again to Damien for the informative session. Thanks for joining us, Jeff, and answering some of those questions. And thank you to all the Binanceans for joining us tonight. Damien, Jeff, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I think it's awesome. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah, agree. Thanks for joining, everyone. I don't have anything else further. If you have any questions or anything else you'd like to ask, head over to the Telegram and pop them in there. One of the Binance Angels or myself will be able to answer some of those for you, or point you in the right direction of where to find an answer or more comprehensive information.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you very much for attending. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.